I was going to get on here and cook about the Shawn Porter situation. There he go talking that boxing again. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. So, Shawn Porter, you know, he recently did an interview and he talked about a lot of shit. You know, besides him shitting on Errol Spence, saying that Errol Spence is not the top 3 in the welterweight division, he talked about him and Terence Crawford going at it, you know. And when asked about him and Terence Crawford potentially fighting, he said that, you know, he pretty much down for it. He said the only problem is Terence Crawford is on the other side of the street. And for that to happen, Terence Crawford gonna have to come over to his side of the street on the PBC. He said because that's where all of the big fighters are. That's where all the big fights are, is on the PBC side. So he said he down to fight Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford got to come over to that side of the street. Now, this is the thing. Everybody keep making excuses for Terence Crawford. We all know that Terence Crawford ain't got nobody to fight over there on the ESPN side. You know, at Top Rank. Terence Crawford ain't got nobody to fight. So if Terence Crawford want to be in a meaningful fight, he either gonna have to come over to the other side of the street and fight them PBC fighters, like Shawn Porter said, or, you know, Bob Arum gonna have to open up that bag and have one of them PBC fighters go over to ESPN, which he ain't did yet. Now, everybody keep making excuses about Terence Crawford not fighting Shawn Porter. Saying, oh, well, we haven't heard nothing from Shawn Porter. You know, when Kenny Porter, he done told y'all over and over that Kenny Porter, you know, that he want to fight. He want to fight for Shawn. He wants Shawn to fight Terence Crawford. Kenny Porter has also told you that he waiting on the call from Bob. He said, you know, Bob, call, send a contract. He waiting on it. But y'all still want to make excuses for Terence Crawford. And you know, Terence Crawford, he the only one coming out and blatantly saying that he don't want to fight Shawn Porter. We know you ain't fighting Spence. Who you gonna fight? Ain't nobody over there on the ESPN side for you to fight. You know, Terence Crawford ain't nobody over there for you to fight. So y'all need to stop making excuses for him. Now you done heard it from Shawn Porter. You heard it from Kenny Porter multiple times. And I mean, if he can't go over to the PBC, well, Bob Arum needs to open up that bag. You know what I'm saying? Open up his bank account and offer one of them PBC fighters like Shawn Porter. Offer Shawn Porter $8 million. I'm pretty sure he'll go over there and fight on the ESPN platform for Terence Crawford for $8 million. Because the simple fact is say Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter fight, right? It can't be no cross promotion. Terence Crawford gonna either have to go to PBC and fight, or Shawn Porter gonna have to go to the ESPN platform and fight. That fight ain't big enough for it to be a cross promotion fight for, you know, both companies to get paid and the fighters get paid on top of that. I mean, just use common sense. So if Terence Crawford ain't fighting Shawn Porter, who else he gonna fight? Because for Terence Crawford to get a meaningful fight that people care to see, it gonna have to be against one of them guys from PBC. So like I said, he got two options. Either go over there and fight one of them dudes on the PBC platform, or Bob Arum gonna have to open up his bag and have one of them guys from PBC go on the ESPN platform and fight. That's it. You only got two options. Straight up. You know, and everybody needs to stop making excuses for Terence Crawford. Because, like I said before, and I said a million times, Terence Crawford the one that signed that contract. When he signed that contract, he knew where all the smoke was. He made that decision. So stop making excuses for that man. You know? And so, I mean, what is he going to do? Well, what is Terence Crawford's next move? Who is he going to fight next? Is Bob Arum going to quit running his mouth and actually open up his, you know, bank account and make an offer that one of these guys over on the PBC going to take? You know, because they not finna go and fight on your ESPN platform for some funky little money. You're going to have to make an offer that, a lucrative offer from one of them dudes to leave PBC and go over there and fight on the ESPN platform. No funky ass 2 million or 3 million. It ain't going to cut it, dog. It just ain't going to cut it. So, what's going to happen? All I know is everybody needs to stop making excuses for Top Rank and Terence Crawford. He made that decision on his own. So some gonna have to shake. Some gonna have to shake. He gonna have to do one of the two. Or he just gonna get left behind. He just gonna get left behind if he don't, because that Conor McGregor shit that they talking about, Terence Crawford ain't gonna, that fight ain't gonna happen. Conor McGregor is not worried about no Terence Crawford. You know why? Because Terence Crawford's name is not big enough right now for Conor McGregor to even acknowledge that shit. Terence Crawford's name ain't big enough. And I see what they trying to do, by calling out Conor McGregor. I don't have no problem with it because ESPN and Top Rank, Bob Arum, knows that Terence Crawford's name is not big enough where it should be to make a huge mega fight with Errol Spence right now. So they trying to do anything and everything they can to get Terence Crawford's name bigger. So, of course, Terence Crawford's name will, he would gain way, way more notoriety if he was able to make a fight with Conor McGregor. But that ain't going to happen. So, you're going to have to fight one of them dudes from PBC. And if you don't fight one of them dudes from PBC, you just going to fight another name that don't nobody care about, that you not going to get, you ain't going to sell, people not going to pay to see. And you're going to be in the same position you are now. And like I said, this ain't no dig to Terence Crawford, but this is a reality. So you can look at it like I'm hating on Terence Crawford if you want to. I really don't give a damn. It's just reality, If we going to talk facts, let's talk the big facts, And so the best thing for Terence Crawford to do, because everybody been talking about it, is for Terence Crawford, Shawn Porter to lock up. I don't care if it's on ESPN or if it's on the PBC platform. They need to make that happen because that's the fight that everybody been talking about, because we know that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence ain't going to fight right now. So make it happen. Make it happen. The only one that seemed like that they ducking the smoke right now is Terence Crawford, and his team. Basically, that's it. And I understand why they ducking the smoke. I understand it. Because they've been, for years, they've been trying to make Terence Crawford look like he's the greatest thing that's stepped in, that's in the ring right now. He's the greatest fighter in the world, this, and that. But I see that that's all, with matchmaking, and that's all, with ESPN building him up. ESPN know how to put these guys in the right matches to make them look like they unbeatable. And I'm not saying that Terence Crawford ain't a great fighter. But Terence Crawford is not what they trying to make him as. He is beatable. He is beatable. They trying to build him like he's unbeatable, he's untouchable, and that ain't the case. We seen what happened when he got in there against the last opponent. You feel me? He struggled at times against Mean Machine. And that's just real. If y'all forgot, he was struggling in the Benavidez fight. Against Benavidez, he was struggling. Until Benavidez just blew out his knee and couldn't move. Did y'all forget about that? So all I'm saying is when you get to that top level, you're not finna run over these guys. And that's the problem with them making a Shawn Porter fight. They don't want him to get in there and have a hard fight against Shawn Porter because they know it's going to happen. He's not going to get in there and run over Shawn Porter. It's not going to happen like that. And he might not beat Shawn Porter. So then what happens if he loses to Shawn Porter? All of that, the greatest fighter in the world, pound for pound, #1. He'll destroy Errol Spence. All of that shit go out the window. You know? And then we on here talking about that, what I just said. Like, well, it was due to the matchmaking. They built Terence Crawford up to be invincible. I see it. I'm telling y'all right now. And Terence Crawford is a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. But he not untouchable. Y'all trying to build him up like he's a Mayweather or Roy Jones Jr. in his prime. He ain't that. So like I said, in order for him to prove me wrong, take the fight. Take the fight and prove me wrong. Take the fight against Shawn Porter and prove me wrong. Period. Like I said, y'all go subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit my like button and hit that bell icon also so you can get all of my notifications. There he go talking that boxing again. And I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing.